Kadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing with the halachot of biur Chometz, of Bedikat Chometz, and then bitul Chometz, of biur Chometz. After the Bedikah, we do bitul Chometz, and we are going to be mafkid. We are going to make ownerless this Chometz that we have. What does that mean? We say kal chamira dika b'shuti, any Chometz that we have in our possessions. Whether it is that we didn't see it or we didn't burn it, libatel, it should become livtil, it should become batel, and it should become like afar haaretz. It should become like the dirt, the dust of the land. Now we have to say it in a language that we understand. Why? Because the concept of bitul is we understand what we're saying. So if we do not understand whether it's the Aramit that it is here, or even if it's going to be in the Hebrew, we will say kol chametz v'seor sheyesh li babayit v'chulu v'chulu, that we're saying it in Hebrew, we must understand it. So we have to say it in a language that we understand. Now what happens is that we have a minhag of doing it 3 times to strengthen what we just mentioned, and it's good that at least in one of the times we come, and we are also going to suspect the shitav that we say that it's hefker ke'afra da'ara. What does that mean? That we want to come and we want to make it also hefker. So not only are we coming, we're annulling it, we're also making it ownerless. So that is the concept of hefker. So that also we're going to do it. And if you remember when we were just learning in Hilchot Shabbat, even though you're not allowed to make hefker on Shabbat, we did permit for tzorech mitzvah. So therefore, like last year, where it was going to be, it was 2 years ago, I think it was, where it happened that Motzei Shabbat was Pesach. So therefore, even on Shabbat itself, you would be able to say this lashon v'le'ave hefker kafrat de'ara. This year, anyway, it's a Friday. So therefore, Erev Shabbat, you're doing everything. You're doing the burning, you're doing everything on Erev Shabbat, so therefore there's not going to be any problem whatsoever. When the Balabait is going to send a Shaliach to check the Chometz and to do the bitul, the Balabait has to say the bitul, and b'diavad, if the Shaliach said the bitul, then it's going to be okay. But again, usually it has to be the Balabait, because the Balabait is making ownerless, or he's annulling his own Chometz. It's not to do with the Shaliach. The Shaliach was there to check or to do other things, but to do with making ownerless, it was the Balabait himself. Now it says over here, okay, that after you've already come and you've checked, you have to remember there's going to be a difference between the bitul in the morning and bitul in the nighttime. The bitul in the nighttime, you say explicitly that which you didn't burn, because obviously what happens is that you don't want to annul, right, or to get rid of the chametz that you're going to burn, because if not, that's not your chametz, and you still want to have the mitzvah of srefat chametz, the mitzvah of biur chametz, which is going to happen the next morning. So therefore, there's going to be a difference in the lashon, in the language which is used in the Kal V'Chamira between the nighttime and between the morning. After you've done the Bedikah and you have all the pieces, right? Because if you remember, the minhag was to place 10 pieces of small pieces of bread in order to look for them afterwards. After you've done this, right, we have to make sure that you put them in a place where it's not going to go all over the place, it's not going to spread, it's not going to have crumbs. So therefore, you already checked the house and you made sure that there's nothing in the house is problematic. Now you want to come and you want to make sure that it's not going to spread and it's not going to go to places where it's going to make it a problem of chametz again. So you have to be very, very careful about that. Now to do with the 14th. So now in the morning, which this year comes out on Friday morning, this is going to be the 15th of April. What happens is that on the 14th of Nisan, once it comes to the time of the Yisur of Anah from Chometz, we do biur Chometz beforehand in order to fulfill, right, the mitzvah of tashbitu seor mibatechem. We must come and we must destroy the seor, the leaven from our houses. And then we also do again bitul Chometz. So this bitul is dafka after, right, the biur, right, in order to be mikayem the mitzvah with our chametz. So we're not going to do it before. After we've already thrown the chametz in the garbage, and here this is what we mentioned yesterday to do with, you have to be careful that if you're going to put tin foil around the chametz, try to make sure that you take it out of the tin foil and then you throw it into the fire in order that it would actually it would actually destroy the chametz. Because if you're going to keep it in 100% tin foil, sometimes it could happen that it won't actually burn anything which is on the inside. So you make sure that you're doing that. Now after it's burnt, what you do is you come and you're going to do the bitul. Now you're not allowed to start melacha until once it starts the time of srefat chametz, until you actually burn the chametz. And how is the mitzvah of burning the chametz? You come and you throw it into the fire, or you throw it to the sea, whichever one that it is, and you come and the minhag is actually to put it into fire. And then by doing that, right, you just you make sure that it's going to become disgusting, or for example, if it doesn't get burnt right away, you could pour the alcohol on it or the gas or whatever it is, and then you're going to put the fire on it, and then you're going to make it also disgusting, but you're going to try to get rid of it in that form. Okay, Bezrat Hashem will continue afterwards with, there's going to be many halachot to do with, whether it's going to be what about the teeth, what about the time of Chometz Shavar of Pesach, the selling of the Chometz, that will continue Bezrat Hashem in the next coming days.